going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lonnie from Flight Sim Gaming. Fortunately, the 21-hour stream did not go as planned. I guess it went as planned live, but I could not post that content to YouTube. Apparently, there is a limit when it comes to how much you can record on YouTube and how much, I guess, their cloud saves at your video. So, unfortunately, that video did not make it to the channel, unfortunately, but it was a hell of a ride. It was, I think, 21 hours and 19 minutes long. So this actually is going to be the first 777 video or live stream, I guess, on this channel. We've shortened the video. We're not doing another 20-plus hour stream. I was actually advised by YouTube, cut it down to just under 12 hours if I'm going to go ahead and do anything crazy like that. So anyway, we're down on the ground here in beautiful New Zealand. We're in Auckland. Specifically, we're flying Air New Zealand in the PMDG 777 300ER. Rearwheel flight, and we're flying over to Nadi in the Fiji Islands. It's a rearwheel flight flown by Air New Zealand. I believe they do a couple flights daily. They operate, I think, the A321 Neos, as well as they do operate the 777-300, along with the 787-900 on this specific route. I think flight time is about 2.5 hours long, 2 hours, 40 minutes long or so. The plan is we are going to be doing a return leg on this stream. And, yeah, we'll kind of go from there. So, but yes, unfortunately, the 21-hour stream did not get uploaded. I didn't save it either, which is a bit disappointing. Sometimes you can actually download the video once it's uploaded to your channel, but, you know, without the upload, I can't download it. So, anyways, I got GSX doing GSX things. It's going to take a little bit for this aircraft to, I guess, board up. I think there's like 280-something passengers on today's flight over to Nadi. The scenery is, I believe, Flight Beam Studios, Auckland International, and then we're heading over to Indie Build's Nadi in the Fiji Islands. So 2 great airports. This is also, I believe, it's the 777 update number 2. So it's not the first update. I didn't have any issues with the first initial release build. I know some people were having performance problems, but so far it's been great for me. No complaints whatsoever. But anyways, let's jump inside the cockpit. Let's get this aircraft all ready to rock and roll. Hey, Ivan, what's going on? I'm good, brother. How are you? Thank you for joining the live stream. I was just ranting on about the 21-hour stream. Didn't make it to YouTube, unfortunately. So this is the official first 777, I guess, content I have on the channel. All right, we got GSX doing GSX things. And let's continue on getting the aircraft, I guess, all boarded up here. So I already have SimBrief loaded. And we'll go ahead and set up the FMC here. Pause in it. Reference airport. We are in Auckland. And I believe we're gate 2. And we'll take the GPS pause and we'll set our inertial pause with that. Beautiful. Come over to the route tab here. We're going to route request from SimBrief. We'll set payload and fuel. Initial climb altitude looks like it's flight level 360 with a cost index of 28. Total of 1,162 nautical miles. The zero fuel weight is 194,000 kg or 194,100 kg and block fuel of about 31,000 kg. So we go ahead, SimBrief block fuel set. We'll select our route and it will populate.
Good morning.
That chime means that the uplink is ready, so we'll go ahead and we'll load that.
This way, please. May I see your boarding pass?
Pretty cool how GSX has accents when people are speaking. When you're in different parts of the world, they kind of replicate the proper accent. So we'll go ahead and activate that. We'll execute.
Good morning.
Beautiful. Let's continue on here. Let's clear these messages. We'll come over to the departure tab here. We're expecting to depart off of 05 right. We're on the Raxi 3 Quebec departure, and I believe it's the Calig transition for runway 05 right. We'll go ahead and execute that. Beautiful. Come back over to the arrival tab here. We are expecting the ILS or Loke 02 approach into Nadi. It's kind of weird. They don't actually give you proper arrival. The charts are only showing arrivals for runway 20. So we're not going to worry about the actual arrival there. I could probably put it in, but let me just see if I can put in the approach instead. And it's not going to show any ILS approach. I believe it's the Loke 02 approach is what we're going to pick. Let me just reference my charts here and the trans. We'll do the VKNDB. So we're just going to end up clearing some of these waypoints in. So I'm going to go VK1, execute that. I'll come over to the legs tab here and we'll confirm all of our waypoints are populated.
Boarding pass, please. Hello.
Beautiful. All looks well. So we're going to clear some waypoints here. We're actually going to go from ag tag. We're going to go, I think it's going to be Foxtrot 02. I'm going to show you the approach in a minute. It's kind of weird. We're not actually going to fly it. There's no reason to. The real aircraft doesn't fly it. They vector for final, so we'll just do that. Foxtrot 02. We're going to be at 1,200 feet. Hopefully VNAV will calculate properly. And then all should be relatively good. We'll see what happens. Let's continue on here. Flight init tab. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to accept the data. Cruise out flight level 370.
Boarding pass, please.
We're going to reject that. We're going to perf init request. Because SimBrief is showing flight level 360. Let's see if it changes.
Welcome on board. This way, please.
We'll accept it. Cruise out. We're going to change flight level 360.
Hello.
Beautiful. Come over to the thrust limiter tab here. Let's go ahead and put in our takeoff data.
Good morning.
We'll import everything and we'll see takeoff rating, takeoff 2,
Good morning.
the cell temp 45. We'll select that. 45 is selected. Go over to the takeoff tab here. It's a flaps 5 departure with a CG 29%, just a trim of 5, and then RV speeds. Beautiful. 157 on the V2. Fantastic. Let's get rid of that. We're not going to put trims yet. I don't really have the APU on.
Welcome on board. Hello. This way, please.
157. Beautiful. Flight director's coming on. We'll lower our speed to 157. Beautiful.
Morning.
Takeoff heading, I believe, is 051.
This way, please. Good morning.
Going up 36,000 feet here. Beautiful. We have the winds are 260 at 4.
Good morning.
Currently, literally just changed. I'm wondering if I should change my departure here.
May I see your boarding pass? This way, please. May I see your boarding pass, please? Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
With the winds changing, they are now 260 at 4. Probably makes sense to depart off of 23 left.
Hello.
I'm gonna find us a good departure here.
Good morning. This way, please. Welcome on board. Boarding pass, please. This way.
Memo 3 Papa seems to make sense. That's what we're gonna do. We are gonna change the the departure,
This way, please.
and we'll depart off of 2-3 left instead, based off the wind. It just makes more sense that way. Come over to the departure tab here. We're gonna go with the Memo 3 Papa, the
Hello?
Calig transition for 2-3 left, and we're gonna have to plug in all of our
Hello.
V speeds. That all looks good, and actually it stays the same. We'll leave it. We're not going to worry about fuel. We're not going to worry about payload or re-importing SimBrief or anything like that. We should be good to go.
This way.
Beautiful. As we were doing, let's come back on top here. We got our speed in here, heading. We're going to change our heading around. Now it's heading at 231.
Hello?
Beautiful. QNH is 1018.
Welcome
Fantastic.
on board.
And looks like boarding has completed. So we'll go ahead and put on that APU. I believe there's also some sound mods now for the 777. We are using default sounds. We have not. I actually haven't purchased any sound mods for any of my aircraft. Should probably consider it. APU is running. Okay, let me see if I remember how to do all of this. Come over to ground operations. Let's go ahead and close all of our doors. And we'll arm all. Beautiful. Come over to ground connections. We're going to go ahead and remove the chocks. Or release the ground power first, and then remove the chocks. And then beacon light can come on. And I guess we'll go ahead and turn all of our stuff on. So that fault light goes out, the electric hydraulics can come on, and then everything else over to auto. Left and right engine, fuel pumps can come on, and I think that sort of concludes upstairs. And with the APU on, I guess I'll go ahead and set my trim now. We're going 5 on the trim wheel. I think that looks about right. Let's go ahead and request
brakes to request ground services.
Yapping at me. And let's go ahead and prepare for push. In the meantime, let's go ahead and open up Navigraph. We'll have a look at our departure here. So, again, the winds have changed. With the winds being 260 at 4, it makes sense to depart off of runway 23 left. And we've changed the arrival. Sorry, we've changed the departure. And we're on the Memoir 3 Papa RNAV departure for 23 left. And we're going to do a nice, beautiful climb out, 12 miles runway heading, followed by a beautiful right-hand turn and depart on out to Cali. Again, the winds are 260 at 4, few clouds at 5,000, scattered at 6,000. It's 8 degrees. Keep in mind, I believe it's like 4 or 5 in the morning right now in New Zealand. They're a day ahead. Explains why temperatures might be a little bit on the cooler side. It's also wintertime over there right now, I believe. So their highs, their daily highs are only like 15 degrees Celsius now. Beautiful. Fantastic, ladies and gents. Fantastic.
Locking gear.
Welcome to the stream, ladies and gents. Thank you for swinging by. Greatly appreciate it. Doing a short ops flight in the 777 over to the Fiji Islands. We're going to Nadi. Flying Auckland to Nadi with Air New Zealand. Real-world flight. Should be fun. Should be fun. We can go ahead and use autosave quick edit pushback.
Release parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes release.
Commencing push. All engines clear.
All engines
Start
clear.
at will.
Right engine over to start. And we'll go ahead and introduce some fuel. So I have an idea for a schedule. I know I don't really have a schedule right now. The fact that I'm streaming on a Friday afternoon, on a beautiful Friday afternoon, I gotta say, at 12 in the afternoon is because that's kind of how my work schedule works. 1 week I work 6 days, 1 week I work 4 days. When I work the week of 4 days, I'm off. I have an extra long weekend, so I'm off on the Friday. So Fridays, every other weekend, definitely, but I believe my plan was I want to do a schedule. I'm thinking Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Mondays. Fridays will be mixed between a noon stream and a 7:30, 8 p.m. stream. And then Saturdays are going to be an 8 p.m. stream. And then Sundays are always going to be an afternoon stream. Left engine over to start, introduce some fuel. And we're going to try to get about 3 or 4 days for sure. 3 or 4 days for sure. We're gonna be flying. We're gonna be flying out in Asia. We're gonna be flying this 777 for the next little while. We're gonna be doing some ops out in China. I'm excited for that. Beautiful scenery out there in China. Beautiful scenery.
Please set parking brakes. Unlocking gear.
Parking brakes set. Waiting for that engine to come alive. Beautiful. Should have been a good pilot. Should have done some of this. Oxygen, flight instruments, fuel control switches. They're cut off, but we'll override that. Before start, flight deck door. We know it's closed and locked. The MCP V2 heading track alt is all set. Takeoff speeds are set. CDU pre-flight set. Beautiful. Trim 5.0 set. Taxi and takeoff briefing set for taxi.
Tow truck disconnected.
Get
Bypass
there
pin removed.
in a second here. APU can come off. Taxi lights can
Left
come
is
off.
clear. Right is clear.
And let's go ahead. We'll set flaps 5. Flaps 5 indicated. Beautiful. LNAV, VNAV are armed. We have our taxi light on. We're just waiting for the go-ahead. PAX should be, there we go. Beautiful. And I believe all is well. We're waiting for the green light for taxi. Anti-ice, checked. Recall, checked. Auto brake. Over to RTO, flight controls, check. Ground equipment is clear. Normal checklist, before taxi checklist complete, and before takeoff, flaps 5 indicated. Fantastic. Open up Navigraph once again. Let's have a look at our taxi routing. Down on the ground in Auckland. So we are over here at gate 3 on Kilo, and we're gonna go Kilo. I guess Kilo Bravo, or we'll go Kilo to Bravo. Bravo, or we can go Kilo to Alpha. Alpha over to 23 left. We'll hold short. We'll hold short at Alpha 1. We don't need too much runway today. We are pretty light. So that is the taxi routing. And I think we're all good to go. Let's go ahead, park and brake. Coming off. Beautiful, ladies and gents. Pretty, that's pretty random that just came up. Pretty unfortunate that the 21-hour stream didn't go live. I kind of wish I had, known about that. 12-hour live stream on YouTube is the max you can do. Pretty disappointing. I lost everything. It is what it is. Not too shabby. 25 minutes. We're already taxiing to the runway. Can't complain about that. Again, Flightbeam Studio, if I'm not mistaken. Auckland International. It's beautiful. Beautiful airport. Performance is great. I'm getting 39 FPS. I am running lossless scaling. Apparently lossless scaling, should have went this way. Doesn't affect live stream. It's okay. We're gonna go Bravo. We'll turn back on Kilo to Alpha. Apparently, it doesn't affect live stream. So I don't know what the stream's gonna look like, but my sim is buttery smooth. And I hope it has an effect on the live stream. But apparently, it doesn't work. Here we go, we're on Alpha. We'll take us all the way to the end, and then we'll get onto the runway. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So yeah, probably I'm not going to bore us too much with this aircraft. I think I'm going to get the MD-11. I'm not sure. It's kind of growing on me a little bit. But we're going to do some flights with the 777. Probably 4 flights total. And then next week, I want to be back in the A320. I want to do some ops out in Portugal. That's what I want to do. do some European ops, and yes, we are going to be flying the 777 in China as well. One thing that I've been thinking about, and it might be pretty controversial on the channel or even in the community, because I know a lot of big streamers aren't really doing it. Not that I'm a big streamer, I'm just a little guy. I believe Digital Design, if I'm not mistaken, or there's another developer that develops Russian scenery. They're going to be releasing St. Petersburg momentarily. I believe it's going to happen probably this month. And I was thinking of doing some ops out in Russia, but I'm not sure. That might be too controversial to some. You know, I don't support the war whatsoever. But you know, the country is still beautiful. So I was thinking of maybe doing some flights out there. I'm not sure yet. Nothing's committed. For now, we're going to be flying in China. There's beautiful scenery in China. After this flight, or after this live stream, tomorrow the plan is Auckland over to Melbourne. It's a nice 3.5 hour flight, 4 hour flight. And then Sunday, I believe we're doing a long haul. Melbourne over to Hong Kong with Cathay Pacific in the 777. That is the plan. Again, beautiful scenery out in China. Highly recommend purchasing some of those airports out there. Unfortunately, you know, Asobo hasn't put out a World Update Asia or anything like that, or South Asia. You know, they seem to be focusing with North America and Europe a lot. So another city update just came out. I believe it was an American Air city. I think it was Washington and Virginia or something like that. So, yeah, pretty disappointed about that they're not developing much, you know, not developing other countries and other regions in the world. Highly detailed airport, flight beam. Highly detailed. Ground textures, everything. Anything from flight beam. Can't go wrong. It's kind of like Fly Tampa. So, as long as the simulator updated the winds, excuse me, as long as the simulator updated the winds correctly, should be a pretty straightforward departure. Still a little bit, you know, sensitive with the rudders. All of the PMDG aircraft have, I don't know, they can't seem to fine-tune that ground-to-air transition with the aircrafts. I was reading some forums about the airplane swerving, you know, when you pull them back on rotation. Apparently it's the Asobo ground physics problem that has been addressed apparently in MSFS 2024. It's kind of weird. When there's wind, the aircrafts just want to veer in the direction of the wind as soon as you're pulling. Doesn't matter how much rudder input you put, it just takes off into that opposite direction. So I don't notice that with any other aircraft. Transponder coming on. Let's come back up top here. Wing lights, strobe lights, landing lights, runway turns coming on. Fantastic. Let's try to get ourselves straightened out as best as we can in this big old bird. Beautiful. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right, ladies and gents, enjoy the departure. Throttle's going up. 40%. Toga. Hmm.
80 knots.
Check.
V1. Rotate.
Positive rate of climb. Gear is going up. Pitch for about 15 degrees. Beautiful rotation here, ladies and gents. Beautiful rotation. I love the trim speed thing here. The fly-by-wire trim speed. Absolutely fucking genius. Absolutely genius. I want that one. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Let's focus on flying. There we go. We're going speed up to 240. So we're going to go ahead and trim the nose up to about 240. And the aircraft will do its thing. You don't have to touch the yoke. It just does its thing. Flaps 1. And flaps up. Runway turns coming off. Taxi lights. Fish guns and fitness. Welcome to the stream. What is fly-by-wire trim speed? It trims the aircraft. So you see that little FBW thing there that was sort of moving with the speed. It's just an indicator to trim the aircraft for the specific speed that you're flying, and it shows it up on the PFD there. It's fantastic. It's setting in the FMC. And like right now, the aircraft's pretty much auto trimmed by itself. I'm not pulling back on the yoke. I'm not doing anything crazy. And apparently it's only in the 777. I don't know if it's in any other aircrafts, but I don't really know the actual technical aspect of it. It's just a fly-by-wire trim speed reference that you see up on your speed tape, and you just you go ahead and you move it. You move it to whatever speed that you want, and the aircraft just does the rest. And then as you're, inducing flaps, the aircraft pitches. It's just fantastic. Hopefully that helps. I have no clue what I'm talking about. I have no clue. I'm gonna go ahead and put the airplane in autopilot. Let's bring it back up top here. Yeah, fantastic. It's a setting, like I said. It's off on default, and I believe if you want to know how to set it, it's in here somewhere. It's not in there. It is under displays. I don't see it, but I know it's here. Captain Dayton, thank you very much. Welcome to the stream, Captain Dayton. Greatly appreciate you. I'm just looking for that fly-by-wire trim reference thing. I know it's in here somewhere. I have it enabled. Anyways, just go through this. I can't see it for whatever reason. I'm blind right now. But, oh, we just blew through 13,000 feet. Let's go ahead. Standard pressure set. And I think we're holding at 250 knots. 250 knots by Y-tack. And we got to be above 5,000 feet. So max 250. We'll go ahead and maintain that speed. Let's get the landing lights off here. Wing lights can come off. And let's just enjoy this beautiful departure out of Auckland, New Zealand. Beautiful. I'm getting a little bit better with the rotation there. Like I said, the rudders for me are very twitchy. I'm not used to it. I've only been flight simming for 4 years. You know, I feel like I've sort of fine-tuned my craft only about, you know, a couple of years ago. Beautiful. Lots of places you can fly in the simulator. It's crazy. New Zealand being one of them. This is a beautiful place out here, man. This part of the world is something else. Spectacular. Again, I forgot to hit the chrono button. All good. Speed is up. Beautiful. We are doing a return leg as well. So, stay tuned for that. It's going to be a pretty decent stream. Probably about 6 hours in time. I don't know what the time is going back, but we will be doing a return leg back into Auckland. It's also not real world time, by the way. We're, I think we're about 7 hours ahead. I think it's like 4:40 a.m. right now. Saturday morning. Using the Honeycomb Yoke, Captain Dayton. When I first started flight simming back in 2020, I picked up I think it was a Logitech Yoke, and I used Logitech rudders. I think it was only about a year after that, maybe a year and a half after that, I decided to get something better. And I don't think the Thrustmaster TCA Yoke was available, but I have seen it. I have used it. That pendular design is fantastic. I'm just not ready to give up the Honeycomb Yoke yet, but that will be my next purchase, definitely. Now, the Honeycomb Yoke is, if I'm not mistaken, it's more designed for like GA flying. It's like a GA yoke. It's not really like an airliner yoke. But, you know, transitioning from this yoke to the pendular yoke, it was a little bit difficult for me. It's completely different. But, you know, it's the way to go for sure. For sure, the trim is nice on it. On the Thrustmaster TCA yoke, yeah. Everything about that whole design. Thrustmaster did a phenomenal job with that yoke. They did a phenomenal job. Now, there's just one piece of equipment I don't know what to buy. You know, I'm using the Logitech rudders. Apparently, it's one of the better rudders that you can purchase for flight simming. Maybe, Captain Dayton, you might have a little bit more of an insight on this. Like, what else can I buy? Thrustmaster, I believe, has their... I think it's a pendular rudder system as well. I know it's like $1,000. I don't know if I want to commit to that. But I feel like my next purchase, I want to upgrade my my rudders. I just don't know to what, Honeycomb, if I'm not mistaken, was making a set of rudders themselves, but I believe they had issues either with shipping or development of that rudder system. And it's a controversial rudder system from Honeycomb, if I'm not mistaken. Jump back inside and make sure the aircraft's doing what it needs to do. Yeah, man, don't spend $1,000 really. I use the Thrustmaster TCA Yoke and Throttle, and I recommend a lot. Thrustmaster TFRP rudder pedals are around 125. Okay, so I guess that's like an entry-level rudder from Thrustmaster. And how is their throttle? I use the Honeycomb. I think it's the Honeycomb Bravo throttle, I believe, and it's the Alpha Yoke by Honeycomb. I use the Honeycomb throttle system. I actually like it. It works, pretty well. It's limited to certain aircraft. Like you can't use it in the Phoenix. I can't use any of the autopilot panels in the Phoenix, but every other aircraft, it's beautiful. Ivan says, yep. Ivan, what are you using for your setup? Right? Beautiful aircraft. PMDG did a phenomenal job. I'm so happy this aircraft finally came out to the simulator. And then that TFDI MD-11, it's really starting to tickle my fancy a little bit. I think, after watching a couple of the bigger streamers fly that aircraft, it's really sort of changed my view and perspective on it. It's definitely looks to be a sort of a high fidelity type aircraft. The usage of this rudder pedals for the Thrustmaster TFRP, the smoothness when turning is beautiful, and the throttle from Thrustmaster, you can use it on all aircraft. It has spring-loaded reverse thrust. Very nice. Did you buy and you can use it on all aircraft. So the pendular yoke with the throttles, I believe Thrustmaster has a package, yoke and throttle assembly. Is that the one you're talking about? Is it the Boeing specific one? You know what? Rather than, I could just Google it. What did you say it was? It's the, it's the Boeing one, okay. CH Pro pedals, TCA Airbus throttle, and Logitech Attack 3 for Airbus and jets, and CH Yoke for Airbus. Very nice. Yes, I also have the, got that Thrustmaster Airbus side stick. That thing is clutch. Clutch. You need to have it. For a long time, I flew the fly-by-wire with my Yoke. I recently got the Thrustmaster side stick. Probably about, maybe about 6 months ago. What a game changer. What a game changer. But definitely that Thrustmaster Boeing Yoke. I got my eyes on it. Maybe I'll treat myself. Maybe around Christmas time, we'll see. You know. We are at flight level 360, cruising out. Don't know if there's going to be any step climbs on today's flight. There might be. I have it all automated with this aircraft. Whenever the aircraft wants to step climb, it'll sort of set the altitude itself and do its own thing. It's a pretty penny, you're right. But I mean, it's in line with a lot of the, I guess, better Yokes. You know what I mean? Honeycomb, you know, they were, I guess, one of the better Yokes at the time, and then, like I said, Thrustmaster just developed that Boeing pendular Yoke and just, you know, ran with that. I've had my eyes on it for a while. The one thing with the Honeycomb Yoke that I see from time to time, what's one of the issues? I just forgot what the hell I was going to say. There's something wrong with one of the, I think it's the potentiometers inside the actual Yoke itself. And I can't remember the problem that I'm having. The problem I'm having is when I'm pulling back or going forward with the Yoke, it also activates the ailerons as well. So it starts to turn left and right. So sometimes I have to take this thing apart and kind of clean off those, I think they're called potentiometers that are in there. Got to dust them off. Sometimes this happens, but other than that, you know, it's a pretty solid Yoke. Even the Honeycomb Yokes are still going for about $400. I believe that's just the Yoke. That's just the Yoke, and that's 20% off on Amazon. That's I don't think I paid that for this Yoke. I'm pretty sure I paid around the $299 mark Canadian, maybe $350 Canadian. So, you know, the Thrustmaster equipment, you know, they're, in my opinion, I guess, the better developers. So I think they're priced reasonably, you know, I think it's $649. You get the throttle assembly as well with it. Still not a bad purchase, you know, you're getting two things. Anyways, ladies and gents, I'm just going to run upstairs. I'm going to grab me a beverage. And I'll put on some tunes. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. 2 minutes tops. Going to turn down some sounds here. And we'll get some tracks. Get some tracks going here. That might be a little bit too loud. There we go. I bought the Thrustmaster TCA yoke pack with the throttle around $4.99 USD. Yeah, so that's about, I think they're going for $6.49 CAD. Obviously, the American dollar is better. Anyways, I'll be back 2 minutes, ladies and gents. Enjoy the rest of the video. Let's go ahead and get some proper wing view out here. Something like that. I'm back, ladies and gents. Grab me a nice cup of water. Eating some of my kids' snacks, you know. Beautiful. Beautiful day for flying out here. So, how's everybody enjoying the PMDG 777? I'm loving this aircraft. Loving this aircraft. You know, I thought my the 21-hour live stream that I did, you know, the aircraft really impressed me. A lot of people were talking about performance with the aircraft, crashes, things like that. I ran it, no issues. Full 21 hours. I did restart the flight, though. I did restart the flight when I landed in Vancouver. I reloaded the simulator. I kind of cheated. But, you know, the 14-hour flight, I think it was 14.5-hour flight or something over to Sydney. No issues whatsoever. Landed beautifully. The performance was great. Very happy for this aircraft in the simulator. Very happy. All we need is a 777 cargo. That'll be pretty cool. You know, I don't really do much cargo ops on this channel. I should probably start doing some, but that TFDI MD-11 is looking pretty good. Do some nice FedEx ops. I see that aircraft every single morning as I'm driving to work down Derry Road through Milton into Mississauga. Anytime aircraft are landing on runway 05 in Toronto, I get a spectacular view. For those of you who don't know, FedEx terminal in Toronto is just off of runway 05. So anytime that aircraft lands in Toronto, it always lands on that runway. If the winds are correct, if not, it lands on the opposite side. But I get a beautiful view every morning around 6:50, 7 a.m. There's an MD-11 landing. One big bitch. Loud as hell, too. But the aircraft's growing on me. I'm thinking of, I don't know when. Never flown an MD-11 in a sim, so I kind of have to relearn myself. But maybe in the near future, we'll definitely do some FedEx ops. But we need a good 777 cargo as well. A lot of options with that. I don't know if they're coming out with the cargo first, or the freighter version they call it. Or are they doing the 200? Does anybody know? I'm not too sure. Now that the aircraft's out, I guess. Beautiful. The aircraft is great. The mechanics, even that, are awesome. Even adding in the fly-by-wire trim system is smart. That fly-by-wire trim system, I mean, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. You know, you pull back 15 degrees. The 777 freighter is next. That is some good news, because I want to fly it. But yeah, you know, once you rotate, pitch 15 degrees with that fly-by-wire trim system, the aircraft does its own thing. You know, once your speed hits up, you trim your speed, you flap the aircraft, then the aircraft just repitches itself for the appropriate speed. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Now, is that system specific to the 777, or is that something that PMDG added? The 200 come after that. Fantastic. I'm definitely getting the 200. You know, I thought the 200 was going to come out first, but apparently the 300 ER was their most popular 777. That's why they released the 300 ER. But definitely the 200. Now that flight I did from Vancouver to Sydney, that flight is operated in the 200 ER. Gotta take this phone call, ladies and gents. Give me 1 sec here. Sorry about that. I had to take that phone call. Sometimes, even though you're not working, you're working. It's okay. It's all good. It's all love. Had a question about a car. For those of you who don't know, I am a licensed mechanic here in Ontario. That's what I do for a career. So, you know, and I'm the lead tech at my dealer, transitioning into the foreman role. So sometimes you gotta take a call, you know. Apparently, there's a sound pack out for the 777 now. FT Sim. I believe A330 driver released the video, and I believe Captain Canada is going to be doing a live stream with it. I'm actually pretty stoked to see how it sounds. I don't care for sounds all that much, to be honest. I care more about the performance of the aircraft, how it operates, you know, things like that. But how smooth is the rotation in the Honeycomb? I mean, I'm used to it by now. I've had it for, I think, three and a half years. But it's got elastics inside it. So inside the actual yoke assembly itself, it uses elastics to give you, I guess, some resistance. And it's very, think of it like you're pulling on an elastic. That's exactly sort of how it feels in your hands. Definitely not better than the Thrustmaster yoke, in my opinion. That pendular design is much better. But, you know, this yoke is, I believe it was intended more for GA type aircraft. Right? So at the time that I was in the market for one, this was, I guess, the best one to buy, and that which was available, you know, for where I live. So, but it's very, I'm used to it. You know, for me, it's fine, but it feels like I'm pulling on elastics. You know, it's very elasticy. I recommend, keep kissing the top of the mic here. I recommend default sensitivity with the yoke, 100%. Now with the fly-by-wire, with the Thrustmaster Airbus Sidestick, I believe I've changed the sensitivities for the pitch axis. Sorry. But yeah, it's just, this is more for GA type flying. You get used to it, you know, like it can be twitchy at times. I'm always trimming all my aircraft with this yoke. Auckland to LAX. Yeah, I don't. How long is that flight? I think that flight's about 12 hours. Let me see here. I was actually looking at doing that flight too. Flight time is about 12 hours long, so there might be an issue. 13 and a half. I was on flight radar. It's showing flight time about 11 hours and 48 minutes. So, I mean, there's a possibility, you know, considering my last live stream didn't upload because of the time, that one might be pushing it. I believe YouTube's live stream length is about 12 hours. They actually recommended me to do it just under that if I'm going to continue live streaming, because there's a chance that you can't upload it. But that one might be pushing it. If we're able to, I guess, board the aircraft quickly, yeah, we could probably do it. And as long as the winds are in our favor. Yeah, 5,700 nautical miles. We are going to be doing sort of a semi-long haul on Sunday. We're doing Melbourne over to Hong Kong with I think it's with China Southern. No, Cathay Pacific. That's who it is. In the 777. Nice little 8-hour flight, you know. I haven't been to Hong Kong in the simulator since, I think actually it was my first video I posted. But again, beautiful scenery out there in China, in Hong Kong. The Melbourne scenery, a little bit controversial, you know. I think Orbex made it. A lot of people shit on Orbex scenery. I don't understand why. And they don't really update them. I kind of understand that. What I really want to do, though, I want to do some A320 ops with Air New Zealand. I got a bunch of scenery. I got Dunedin. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Christchurch. Obviously Auckland. Wellington. Got it all. And I've seen, you know, flight simmers flying in Auckland, in New Zealand, doing some of these approaches, and my goodness, the scenery out here is phenomenal. The only reason why I don't like to come out in a drone view, I believe the thing oscillates by itself. It's kind of weird. But let's talk about this livery for a second. Black looks great on an airplane. I love this livery. I actually prefer this one over their white livery. Black. This livery in the A320, oh my god, it's probably one of the best A320 liveries in the whole world. Phenomenal. Do some Russian ops. Yeah, I was just talking about that in the earlier part of the stream. You know, not a lot of streamers are... yeah, exactly. I never see Russian ops. A lot of streamers aren't flying in Russia right now, obviously, with the war going on. I know Aeroflot actually has a 777-300ER, but there's some beautiful scenery out in Russia that you can fly in the simulator. Obviously, it being pretty controversial with... the war going on, you know, and I don't support the war by any means, but I believe there was some news that St. Petersburg was coming to the simulator. Who's making it? One sec here. Digital Designs, that's who it is. Digital Designs is going to be releasing St. Petersburg. And I believe they also do some other Russian scenery as well. They got, I think, Moscow and Sochi. And, you know, I have the scenery. I do have the scenery. It's beautiful out there in Russia. But you're right, not a lot of people flying it. Obviously, it's pretty controversial to fly out there. I believe, didn't they do like that around the world in the 737? Forget who organized that, but they stopped in Kiev, or Kyiv, in Ukraine. So, which is pretty cool to see. You know, it's nice to see those parts of Europe as well. But I'm considering it. You know, I don't know if I'm going to fly a 777. Probably a 737, maybe an Airbus. There's a couple different Russian airliners out there. I would like to operate some flights. I think Aeroflot got their Sky Team membership suspended. They used to go to Moscow to LAX, but they still have it on their planes. Yeah, I mean, you know, with the war going on, everything in Russia is sort of, you know, they lost a lot of things. I thought Boeing too wasn't sending, they weren't giving them any help out there as well, like the manufacturer with their aircraft, or was it Airbus? One of the two. You know, it sucks. It's happening out there. I don't ever wish for war, you know what I mean? Can you imagine, you know, where you live right now? I don't know if you guys, you know, live out there, but couldn't imagine what it's like if a country came in and invaded Canada. You know what I mean? Like in 2024, that seems a little bit ridiculous. But, you know, unfortunately, these things do happen, right? Anybody know why in the drone view the camera, you're going to see the camera is going to oscillate? It's going to sort of like, it's going to do that. Does anybody know how to fix that? If you know how to fix that, let me know. Let's have a look at the weather in Nadi. The winds are calm. Oh, that's how I like it. The winds are calm. Scatter clouds at 2,700. Broken at 4,700. The winds are now 190 at 6. They just updated. Probably going to have to change our approach as well. It's actually a pretty nice, beautiful approach when you're landing into Nadi on runway 20. There's a it's like an RNP approach. It's almost like a circle to land. It's pretty cool. Maybe we'll get to do that. But again, I just want to thank everybody who's tuned into the live stream today. I'm loving it. 4 likes on today's live stream. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Get the thumbs up there. Love it. Love it. I do this for fun. I don't do this for anything. I'm not making a career out of this. I strictly love flight simming. You know, it's a new passion that I've sort of found at such a later part of my life. You know, had I had not chosen the career that I did, if I didn't become an automotive mechanic, I probably would have been a pilot, because this is a pretty cool job. But thank you, ladies and gents. Appreciate it. Jump back inside here. Let's see what's happening here. Make sure everything's good. I have dual citizenship, a Russian citizenship, and also an American citizenship. Aeroflot is such a cool airline. I believe Josh, there's a YouTuber that just did a video. He was out in Russia, and he, I guess he rates airlines, and he was just out there and flew with a couple Russian airlines. And, you know, even till now, it seems like they kind of have it figured out over there. And I don't know if Aeroflot ever flew into Toronto. I've never seen one. Obviously, you know, I didn't really get into aviation until like 2020. But, yeah, I'm not sure if they flew. I'm sure probably Air Canada flew over there. And you got a couple. Don't you got like Russia or something like that? I think Russia is the other one. Aeroflot is the big one. Russia, I believe, is. And Ural Airlines, I think, is another one that you see a lot. Or S7 Airlines. S7 flies a lot of those E-jets. And I believe there are a lot of A320s as well. I've seen some E170s, but I think their main fleet is A320s or Airbus. I'm gonna change this song because I feel like this song is always coming up.
Still remember how you sound and the way you calm me down when we went behind the bar, taking what we thought was ours.
800 nautical miles to go. Still got some time here, so we're expected to land in about close to 2 hours time, if I'm reading that properly. Maybe about an hour and a half. Look at the winds right now. Holy smokes. Jesus. Jesus. And it's just a whole body of water all the way up until we hit Fiji. Really not much to see out here. Let me see. Where are we headed? We're headed to Nissit.
Didn't ask you what's your name, and the fun we had is to blame. There was just no time for small talk. I was busy in your arms, love. Frustrated to this day. You're the one that got away, and you took my heart with you. Now I don't know what to do. Yeah, it was just one of those nights when it's better than in all the movies, perfectly aligned. I fell into Now it's just a memory. I've been waiting for your call ever since the summer. Waiting for your call. No, you know my number. Waiting for your
Gonna grab another drink. I'll be right back.
summer, spring, or fall. I've been waiting for your call. I've been waiting for your call. I'll be waiting for your call. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for you, and I can't stop. Baby, if there's a will, there's a way. Maybe you will call soon. Then I'm never hanging up. I've been waiting for your call ever since the summer. Waiting for your call. No, you know my number. Waiting for your call. Winter, summer, spring, or fall. I've been waiting for your call. I've been waiting for your call. I'll be waiting for your call. I'll be waiting for your call.
Tick-tock, time's out, better make a move. Don't think twice now, you got things to prove. I'm not playing, I'm not hard to get. 'Cause when I saw you, there was nothing else. You got dreams and I got dreams, so let us open up about it. Maybe we don't fit right in. You got dreams and I got dreams, so let's start making plans around.
We offer Rice Krispie Squares on the service over to Nadi, just an FYI. And a cup of water.
I've been killing life songs, honey. Don't fall. You know I've been waiting, honey. Let's fall.
Courtesy of my kids' snacks, you know. You're just tuning into the live stream, ladies and gents. We are operating a flight with Air New Zealand, Auckland over to Nadi. I think total flight time of 2 hours and 35 minutes. We've been airborne, I think, for about a little over half an hour now. Maybe about an hour, actually. I lied. Maybe about an hour. Real-world flight, by the way. They do 777s over there, 300ER specific. They also, I believe they're doing like 10% of their flights in the 777ER, 300ER right now. Everything else is flown in the 787 on this route. Obviously, I'm not flying a Sobo 787. We were just gifted a 777 PMDG aircraft. So, but yeah, should be fun. We're going to be doing a return leg as well. And that's the plan. Now, tomorrow, later stream, probably around 8 p.m. I haven't chosen a time yet. But we're looking at an 8 p.m. Stream time, 8:30 p.m. departure time. And we're doing a good 4-hour flight. We're going Auckland over to Melbourne. And then we're going to go up to China. Beautiful China. I wish Asobo developed other parts of the simulator. You know what I mean? They haven't touched Asia. You know, we're relying on all of these developers, these third-party developers, to update that part of the world. Samsung did a phenomenal job with some areas that they have. I believe they've done parts of Japan. They've done parts of China, if I'm not mistaken. Or was it Taiwan? Can't remember. But, yeah, it's a shame. But we're going to be doing some flights definitely out in China. China operates the 777-300ER a lot. They utilize a lot on a lot of short-haul flights, too. A lot of short-haul flights, too. So that is the plan. That is the plan for the weekend, ladies and gents. We're going to be doing back-to-back-to-back days Excuse me. Should be great. Should be great. Now, hopefully by the time we get back to Auckland, hopefully there'll still be some sunlight. The sun doesn't stay up long in this part of the world right now, or during this time of year. I think sunset's probably going to be around 4:30 local standard time. It's looking a little bit dawny-ish right now. Tons of water out here, ladies and gents. No scenery out here, because we're going to a very exclusive island. Oh, there it is. Okay, for those of you who want to know about the flight fly-by-wire trim speed, PMDG setup, options, simulation, show fly-by-wire trim reference speed. Turn that on. It's off on default, and this will change the game of how you fly this aircraft. Beautiful. Passenger signs are on. No smoking on. We'll keep it on. How do you guys feel about this checklist? It's pretty good, right? Pretty cool checklist. Some banger tracks I got going on here. Strictly dance music. I think that suits Microsoft Flight Sim to a T, right? Playing some dance music while we're sitting at cruise out. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Crazy, crazy. I think it's supposed to rain here today, where I am. I think they're calling for some thunderstorms. So far, it's looking pretty decent. Tomorrow is a possibility. It's been pretty dry here lately, you know. This week has been pretty hot out here in Greater Toronto area. It's been humid as hell. Fortunately, at work I have AC, which is nice. You're working on cars, and it's 40 degrees outside with the Humidex. It's and then you got to work on a hot engine. It can make for a bad time real quick. Finally, we got a top of descent marker showing up here. Looks like it's 400 something miles away. Probably 400 and I don't know, what's half of 320? 160? 400, about 480 miles away, 500 miles away. Long way to go, ladies and gents. Long way to go, but it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it as long as the weather holds up. I want to land on runway 20. I don't care for the ILS approach. It's a circle to land. It's a pretty cool approach. Pretty cool approach. You know what? I'm just going to set it in the aircraft. Come over to the arrival tab here. We're on the AGTA 2 Bravo for the RNF 20 approach. Locked key transition. I'll go ahead and execute that, and let me just make sure. Let me make sure everything's doing what everything needs to do. I don't want a surprise. I've had many surprises in the simulator before. Look at the wind. Holy shit. 245 at 157. That's a little crazy if you ask me. Beautiful. So the wind's just kind of like, it's going sideways like this. It's crabbing on a heading of 351. So apparently people are having issues landing that MD-11. It's crazy. The amount of pitch that you need. And I think it's more of I don't think it's an aircraft problem. It's obviously a piloting problem, but the way that when the aircraft's pitching up at that angle, it just looks very awkward. That's why people are smashing it down. You're not, like, normally what you would see out of the aircraft, you don't see such a high angle, right? So it throws you for a loop. A lot of people are struggling landing that thing. I can only imagine I'd probably smash that thing down. But yeah, I think I'm gonna purchase the MD-11. We'll probably do some cargo ops, FedEx specifically. Why not, right? Why not? I'm hoping though, Flight Sim Studio. I know Flight Sim Studio is getting a lot of backlash right now for showcasing a 727 and their sound packs and all that. Considering they haven't finished their E-jets, right? A lot of the big streamers are upset because they haven't finished their aircraft and they're already developing a new aircraft or announcing a new aircraft. But I'm hoping, they did say summer of 2024, the aircraft will be equipped. 125 feet per minute for my landing on the bars. Buddy, that's perfection. That's in the MD-11? Yeah, I'm not seeing anybody doing that. That's crazy. Isn't it weird though when you're looking out? When you're looking out trying to land that aircraft and trying to pitch for a minus 125 on the landing? Like, it looks like the aircraft's like doing like this. You know what I mean? When normally it like would kind of flare like this and just go down. It's looking like that. It's crazy. Keep in mind, I've seen that aircraft land in Toronto, and they smash them down all the time. Not uncommon. It's just cargo. It's just cargo, right? You know, the one airplane that I had issues with trying to land nicely was the Phoenix. The Phoenix A320, excuse me, took some time for me to learn how to fly that. Now, I use a program called FSI Panel. You gotta watch how much you flare or you're gonna tail strike. Yeah, that too. That too. Does it have a tail strike indicator on the back there that, like the other aircrafts, where if you hit tail strike, it pops up as a warning message? But the Phoenix A320, I was smashing that thing down, and then after the V2 update, I was understanding how to properly flare that aircraft. This aircraft here is a butter master, in my opinion. This one and the Headwind A330. Butter masters.
Diving deep into the waves, babe. I know that you wanted to. It's
Cool, man, cool.
worth taking.
What flights are you doing in the MD-11, Captain Dayton? Have you done any passenger ops yet? Or are you just doing cargo? And also, if you don't mind sharing, what livery comes with the purchase of that aircraft? I haven't even looked it up.
Call me if it's only for tonight. Your hands on my body, 'cause my body's what you like. I'm down if you're down to get it now. Call me, baby. If it's only for tonight. Call me if it's only for tonight. Your hands on my body, 'cause my body's what you like. I'm down if you're down to get it now. Call me, baby, if it's only for
Just some cargo ops, Anchorage to Memphis, some more FedEx ops. Yeah, that's a pretty common flight. You still use the A300? Surprisingly enough, I haven't even flown that aircraft yet in the simulator. Haven't even touched it. Or the A310. Haven't even touched that either. Wait, is there an A300 in the simulator, or is it just the A310? Can't remember. But anyways, the A310, the first one that Enables released, never touched it. There is, okay. Yeah, Any Builds did, they did both of them. Oh yeah, they did. So, the A310 was, yes, it was the first aircraft. The A300 was the second one that they released. Now I remember. We used to have A310s flying here in Canada. Air Transat was operating A310s. I think they retired them. I think it was in 2019. Coming up on our halfway point here. Sacklow, if I'm not mistaken, is our halfway point. Another, I think it's another hour and a half before we get down on the ground in Nadi. I'm going to go grab a bite to eat. I'll leave y'all with a beautiful wing view. And I will be back in a little bit. I'm also going to take the dog outside for a quick pee. She's looking at me like, hurry up, old man. I'll be right back, ladies and gents.
Salí de noche a romperla. Una bella la encontré como una perla. Yeah. Lo quise todo sin conocerla. Decidí de allí que yo iba a tenerla. Yeah. Tanta gata yo pichando. Por tu cuerpito lo quisiera estar chichando. Complaciéndote te quiero gritando. Ya esta pista toda la disco brincando. Salí de noche a romper. Salí de noche a romper. Ey, salí de noche a romper. Salí de noche a romper. Ey, salí de Estoy acá, babe, tú me lo das. Baby, ven acá, babe, tú me lo das. Salí de noche a romper. Ey, salí de noche a romper. Salí de noche a romper. Ey, salí de noche.
You told me there'd be better days, and nothing that can pull us under. You wanna take the pain away, but know that I was born as a fighter. We fade, but we're better than that. We're better than that. I know you know, so why are we holding on, holding on? Seems like we're back on start, but go. I go right and you go left before it turns to right. It's true. I hope that we could work it out. We'll never be enough for you. No shed a tear or two. The good. There are other ways and other reasons, but only one that cuts to pieces. So why we tryna hide from trust? We could just leave. We fade, but we're better than that. Yeah, we're better than that. I know you know, so why are we holding on, holding on? Seems like we're back on start, but go. I go right and you go left before it turns to right. It's true. I hope that we could work it out. We'll never be enough for you. No shed a tear or two. The good. Hardest thing to do. Did it all for you. Hardest thing to do. Did it all for you. Hardest thing to do. Did it all for you. Seems like we're back on start, but go. I go right and you go left before it turns to right. It's true. I hope that we could work it out. We'll never be enough for you. No shed a tear or two. Small city thinking, I get why you left. Small-minded people sure know how to drink. I came to the party, I laughed at the jokes you made. I wish that I hadn't, 'cause now the joke's on me. I didn't come here just so I could watch you make a mess. I didn't come here to ugly cry in my favorite dress. So what were you thinking then when you kissed your lips? Now I'm kinda glad you did, 'cause now you adore me, adore me. Go ahead now, about fake friends. And screw your ex, is such a flake. Forget your grades, you need a break. You, it's all about you. No matter what the others say. But now I'm done talking, the lights on me. I tell you, I guarantee this night's about to take a turn for the better. Now the rain is pouring and all I see is lightning around my feet. Now nothing can bring me down. I just wanna dance till my heart goes all like that. I just wanna dance. I just wanna dance till my heart goes all like that. I just wanna dance. I just wanna dance till my heart goes all like that. I just wanna dance. I just wanna dance till my heart goes all like that. I just wanna dance. It ain't about money. It ain't about the coolest job. It's about having fun and love the ones that make you shine. You, it's all about you. No matter what the others say. But now I'm done talking, the lights on me. I tell you, I guarantee this night's about to take a turn for the better. Now the rain is pouring and all I see is lightning around my feet. Now nothing can bring me down. I just wanna dance till my heart goes all like that. I just wanna dance. I just wanna dance till my heart goes all like that. I just wanna dance.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We back. Appreciate y'all sticking around if y'all are still here. Flying over top of the beautiful Oceania part of the world here. Still got some ways to go, ladies and gents. Top of drop is about 350 miles out. What's going on, Captain Dayton? Thanks for hanging out with me today, buddy. I greatly appreciate that, man. Auckland to Houston. Yeah, that's a long route, man. That's a long route. Air New Zealand operates that route, right? And I believe United does as well. I think it's United. Air New Zealand 28. That's the call sign. White livery? Nah. Oh, man. White livery over this one? Man, the black just stands out. Black just stands out. What a gorgeous looking aircraft. Nah, not a chance. Oh, man. Brother. This aircraft, actually, the A320 in this livery, hands down my favorite livery, I think, out there. Keep in mind, this is also the same guy that likes the ice blue livery for or Air Canada. Oh, that's what they're operating right now. They're operating the white livery from Auckland over to Houston. I wish they kind of flew these aircrafts over to Toronto. You know, I'm not going to get to see Air New Zealand flying to Toronto ever. Black is nice and white is overused. White is overused on many airlines. You're right. Air Canada has a black livery now too. I think it's Air Canada Jets. They changed their livery to an all black. It's black and red. It looks really nice. Air Canada Jets operates, it's a charter. They, for the most part, charter Canadian sports teams. Yeah, man. Toothpaste livery. Ice blue. I don't know what they call it, but I love it too, man. Let me try to do something here. Tell me that's not sick. Tell me that's not sick. That is sick. That is sick. Yeah, like I said, I think it's just one aircraft that they have. It's an A320. And it's a charter flight. It's called Air Canada Jets, and they operate sports teams, Canadian sports teams, if I'm not mistaken. It's the only thing. I remember I was driving by Pearson Airport in Toronto, and I'm like, what the fuck was, like, what is that? Right? And then they had painted their livery before. I believe it just was a regular ice blue Air Canada Jets, or a mint toothpaste, the toothpaste livery Air Canada Jets logo. And then they painted the aircraft, I think this year. These Canadian sports teams getting treated like your old buddy. Somebody did a flight review in the Air Canada Jets aircraft. They somehow secured a flight from Calgary or Edmonton to might have been Toronto, I don't remember. It was a relief flight. I guess a sports team flew out to Alberta and then they were flying back to Toronto. The inside of that aircraft, oh man, buddy, talk about a flying freaking hotel. Treated like true. Just read the second part. Yeah, Trudeau's something else, let me tell you. Trudeau is something else. Can't wait for him to go, to be honest with you. He's already losing seats in Toronto, which is a big deal. The Gulfstream 6550, but on a budget, right? Let's have a look at what we're doing here, just to make sure, you know, we focus on task at hand. Top of descent, 318 miles. Another 40 minutes to go. Still got some time here. If I open up Navigraph, the winds are 150 at 6. Still land on runway 20. It's in our favor. We want to land on that runway. I enjoy landing on that runway. It's a circle to land approach, so pretty cool to do a circle to land approach in the 777. Lots of open water out here. I would have no idea where the aircraft would land. Montreal to Paris, Charles de Gaulle in the Air Canada toothpaste. Yeah, I mean, I approve of that. You know, I kind of wish that there was a proper Charles de Gaulle in the simulator. Hopefully any builds can bail us out of that. I say any builds because they're just developing airports everywhere, which very grateful for a company like Any Builds, let me tell you. Very grateful. Don't really see too many of the toothpaste livery anymore either. They're sort of winging off to their white, black, and red livery. Eric, hello. I have also lots of water on my flight. Yeah, we got Rice Krispies and Rice Krispie squares and cups of water. Thank you for joining the stream, Eric. Greatly appreciate you, my friend. We are almost in the descent phase of this flight. I think we got about 35 minutes or so until we start descending into Nadi. So, welcome aboard and thank you for joining. We're just, if you're just tuning in, Eric, we're just chit-chatting about livery. Which liveries look nice. I'm talking about this livery, specifically. Air New Zealand with the black. I mean, any aircraft, in my opinion, with a black livery like this, oh, buddy, it stands out. Bitchin'. It stands out the word bitchin'. Pardon my French. Love it. I've been subbed for a long time. I think when you got those 90 subs, man, you have gone a long way. Hey, brother, I greatly appreciate that. You're one of the very first ones. I don't think I can see you though as a sub. You might have your channel private. But thanks, man. I greatly appreciate that. Yeah, man, it's, you know, YouTube is it's quite the journey. You know, YouTube, it's very difficult to sort of get noticed on the channel and to have a pretty big following. I remember hitting 100 subs on the channel. I remember my first 10 subs, I think, were just friends and family. And then Ivan, you know, is in every single one of my videos. He comments in every single one of my videos. He's in every stream. He was my very first real subscriber. You know, guys like you, I greatly appreciate that. And the thing with my channel, I dropped into somebody's live stream. I think it was this past week. It's a sort of a new streamer. Doesn't have many subs, and he kind of asked, you know, how did I get the views that I got and the subs that I got? And realistically, it's, you know, you gotta expose yourself to YouTube as much as possible. And I find that without doing any of the E-Jets content that I did, I probably wouldn't be anywhere. But the E-Jet stuff really pushed me in the direction that I sort of headed and am today. But, you know, Captain Dayton, thank you for being a long-time subscriber of the channel. I greatly appreciate that. You have to... I do a lot of giveaways on this channel, and I haven't seen you enter one. I haven't seen you... I think I've done maybe 5 or 6 giveaways. We've given away some scenery, some aircraft. We've given away some sim market gift vouchers, Indie Builds gift vouchers. And I've never seen you enter one. And I wish, you know, to give away, when I'm doing these giveaways, to give away to the people that have been around the longest. So yeah, I know, man. They just, you know, the funny thing is, when I was in Key West, Florida, we were sitting on the beach, and I had seen the E-Jets kind of taking off, headed towards Miami, and the American liveries there. And I'm like, shit. And I'm sitting on the beach, and I was debating whether or not I was going to get the Flight Sim Studio E-Jets, and then I kept saying that they were updating that aircraft every couple of weeks at the time. And as soon as I came back from my vacation, I bought that aircraft. Eric, I'm doing RJTT to KSFO. I believe is that Narita? I think that's Narita to San Fran. Very nice. And I find the New Zealand livery amazing. Yes, buddy, the black livery. You also, Eric, found the channel with E-Jets. Thank you. You know, it's one of those things. A lot of people weren't buying the aircraft. A lot of people weren't streaming the aircraft. I kind of took the gamble, you know, and I forget who I was watching on YouTube that was flying the aircraft. I think it was A330 driver. He was not impressed with the aircraft. Oh, Haneda, very nice. But yeah, I fell in love with the aircraft, man. It's, you know, people talk shit about the aircraft. It does what it needs to do, right? It keeps you busy. And I always say it, the E-Jets will forever be in my back pocket. The flight model is phenomenal in that aircraft as well. Absolutely phenomenal. Doesn't have VNAV, I get it, but I mean, there's other ways you can descend, you know, you got to do a little bit of math, you know, on SimBrief. You got to figure out, or, you know, in your FMC or your MiG-2, you got to figure out, you know, when you need to, you know, start descending. It's not that difficult, right? I believe V1 Simulations, he did a very simple tutorial on how to descend using flight path angle. Still not bought it, but I want to. I love Japan flying, so I could really use it. I don't know if there's any E-Jets out there, to be honest with you, but, you know, it's a gamble. You have to understand it's a gamble. Flight Sim Studios, they make sure that to explain to the people buying the aircraft that it's still in beta. That's sort of their disclaimer. But, you know. Yeah, that flying the E-Jets really took the channel off. Fuji Dream Airlines and J-Air use them. Oh, very nice. You know, I didn't even know that. Yeah, man, those are for the people I don't like to enter, man, for those people who need it. If I did win, I just give it away. True. True, I get that, man. I get that. But we do a lot of giveaways on the channel. You know, I was gonna, for the first live stream of the 777, I was gonna give away this aircraft, but I had no idea PMDG does not give 777s. Hey, Jared, welcome to the stream, buddy. Otherwise, I would have given away a 777. But yeah, it's cool to do, man. Like, I love doing giveaways. It's just something. It's a token appreciation to the people that support me on the channel. I like to do it from time to time, but we're getting a little stale with what we can give away. You know, aircraft. I think we gave away just the E-Jets, the E170, 175 package. A lot of scenery, a lot of sim market gift vouchers. But yeah, that's just, you know, from me to the community. Kind. You know, thank you. And we're going to continue to still do it. It's not something that we're ever going to stop. doing giveaways is a small part of the channel. Ivan, good day, sir. Welcome back, Ivan. We were just talking about you. And Jared, welcome to the stream. Jared, we're probably about 200 miles from top of descent. We're descending into Fiji. "30 minutes till top of the set. Still got some time to go. Lots of time." Yes, sir. Any builds Nadi? Absolutely. I've had the scenery for a long time. I never actually flew into it until I decided to do this flight. It's really highly detailed, and it's very green. Lots of greenery. It's crazy. Got to get a proper A350, and then we can do some Fiji Airway ops. Any builds is sort of developing scenery everywhere, which very grateful for that. Their Kenyan scenery, their Nairobi scenery. Oh, that's I did a flight JFK to Nairobi as a video on the channel, and I believe it was FSDG by Aerosoft Nairobi, and it's not bad. But any builds Nadi, that's they raise the bar, you know. So it's great to have any builds doing scenery that some developers aren't doing. It'd be nice if any builds would do some Indian airports, you know. Maybe a Cairo would be nice. Maybe some more African sceneries. Looking at myself in the camera here, I gotta shave. I think I'm gonna go for a haircut this weekend. I don't typically shave my own beard, believe it or not. I touch it, and I fuck it all up. So I wait to go to the barber for that. My barber, he went, he didn't go anywhere. I think his parents came here. But he took some time off, so a little bit delayed with the cleanliness. I apologize for that if I look a little scruffy. But we're working on it, you know, this weekend. Funny thing is, in the black A320 Air Canada, he showed me how do they cross the Atlantic because they only have one. I'm not sure if it's flying transatlantic. No, so they're flying like they'll fly Canadian like NHL teams and basketball teams. I know they do that for a fact. They operate these flights in North America. I don't think they cross transatlantic, but it's capable of doing, you know what I mean? Like you have, I don't know if it would be a straight flight over from, let's say, Toronto or Montreal. I don't know if the A320, if the range is long enough. I guess it depends on payload, right? But, I mean, 737s operate from, I think, Halifax over to London. But yeah, the main usage of the Air Canada jets is Canadian sports teams like NHL or the NBA. I know they operate. They were operating, I think, Edmonton Oilers. I think were going back and forth for the Stanley Cup. I could be wrong, but I thought I had seen a flight. So maybe if they're flying transatlantic, there's a possibility maybe they stop over in Halifax, refuel, or maybe up in Iceland. There are also some A320 Neos that operate, I think Play Airlines has a flight from Reykjavik to Hamilton, Ontario. So you could fly the A320 for a pretty long distance. Edmonton blew it for the Stanley Cup. I watched it. I love the Oilers, but man, bro, trust me, man. They had the whole country on their shoulders, you know what I mean? What was it? It was 30 years, I think, since the last Canadian team won the Stanley Cup. Florida should not have had a hockey team. You know, the market, I guess, right now is in the southern U.S. states, in the sunny states. But, yeah, you know, I thought Edmonton was done sooner than I thought, you know what I mean? Like, they went 7 games. Played like shit for the first 3 games. They should have been done, right? You know, so I'm glad they made it to Game 7, right? And we'll see what they do next year. They have to run it back next year. They have to run it back next year with that team. You know, we'll see what the Leafs do. I'm a Leaf fan myself. But, you know, the Leafs haven't made the they haven't won the Stanley Cup since the 60s, right? It'd be nice to see them win the Cup sometime, you know, while I'm alive, but it's not looking too good. But we need a Canadian team back on the Cup. We need a Canadian team, right? Florida went, wasn't it back-to-back Stanley Cup Finals, or was it 2022? They got it next year. I can say, man, who you talking about? Edmonton? I'm voting Edmonton for the win next year, all the way. I'm voting Edmonton. I think Toronto is a contender, but you know their team is always built to be a contender. But they shit the bed, back to back. Yeah, man, I'm rooting for Edmonton, buddy, all the way. I need Connor McNasty. He's got to get one. Zach Hyman got to get one. Cody Ceci. I mean. Checking the score updates here. I'm missing the game right now. Spain and Germany, it's tied 1-1. It looks like it's the 114th minute, so they're probably going to go to penalty. I'm rooting for Germany. Oh yeah, Corey Perry. Hold on, did he sign a multi-year deal in Edmonton, or is it just a 1 year? Corey Perry is a key player in the Stanley Cup. Key player. Same here, Edmonton next year. Good signing this offseason. Yep. %. You're watching the Euros, Jared. You got to let me know, man. If Germany scores that, buddy, I'm going to be like the Italians out here in the Greater Toronto area. I'm going to be outside with my German flag, hitting a horn. Not that anybody gives a fuck. Oh, we signed a multi. Very nice. Yeah. Corey Perry, buddy. He's a key player. He brings that, I wouldn't say dominance, but, you know, he's not scared to take a hit. He's not scared to give a hit. You need that type of hockey in the playoffs. That gritty. He's such a gritty player. '89 minutes, Germany made it. They tied it 1-1. Oh, man. I'm rooting for Germany. They got home field advantage, too. I was picking Spain to take the whole thing. If Spain beats Germany today, they're going to win the Euro. If Germany wins, which I want them to, they're going to win the Euro. I got you. I will update you. Yes, please, please, please. I am proud of Skinner. Skinner came a long way, man. You know, he had to grind it out. But like he had said after Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals, they were down 3-0. If there's anybody that can do it, that can get them out of it, it's Skinner. And he proved to do that. Right? They almost won the Stanley Cup. Was way down, but he came back up. Yep. Or man, sorry, was way down, but man, he came back. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Put on a clinic. You know, if Drysdale, is it Drysdale? Am I saying his name properly? If he was scoring and up to his level in the Stanley Cup, you know, because he had 0 goals, if I'm not mistaken, in all of 7 games. If he, you know, was putting the puck behind the net, they probably would have had it. They needed him to rack up some goals. It looks like we made it to about 144 miles from top of descent. Still looking good here, ladies and gents. The winds are 150 at 6 in Nadi. We're probably going to plan 2-0, runway 20. That's the approach that I want. Beautiful. Looking great, looking great.
promised I would wait for you, but I'm getting so impatient. Tell me that you're ready now. This room is big enough for 2, and I wanna do that something that will blow your mind. Do you know the things you do to me? Touch me and I'll make you understand. Yeah. Do you know the things you make me feel? I can show you if you take my hand. I just wanna dance, dance, dance with you. Let me take you under where nobody can see. I just wanna dance, dance, dance with you. Harder than a summer, so put your hands on me. Put your hands on me, on me, on me. Put your hands on me, on me, on me. Put your hands on me, on me, on me. Put your hands on me, on me,
Germany pressuring Spain hard now. Try to score a goal before penalties. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's been some good soccer though lately, though. That Argentinian and that Ecuadorian game the other day. Holy fuck! Oh my god, Argentina. I don't know, man. That was that could have went to Ecuador. I don't know. Tonight, Canada's playing Venezuela, 9 p.m. Excited for that game. You know, I don't think Canada's going to be Venezuela, but they have a chance. You know, which would be big. I'm not a big soccer person, but anytime these bigger tournaments happen, I just lock in. There's really nothing else going on in the sports world right now either, right? There's no more hockey. There's no basketball. There's baseball, but the Blue Jays are shit in the bed right now. They're shit in the bed. Now, it'd be wild if Canada beats Venezuela tonight. And then it would be the semis against Argentina again, which they could have won that game the first time too. Oh no, Eric, you just broke my heart, buddy. Of course Spain would score. They're just too good. They're just too good. That sucks, Jared. I'm disappointed. Well, I gotta go, man. Butter to the landing, buddy. I'll do my best. Don't forget to tune in if you want to watch it later. I'm gonna do my best. But Captain Dayton, it was a pleasure. Thank you for coming out. Enjoy the rest of your day, brother. Jared, if you're still in chat, catch the joke. So, you know that speaker that I bought from Amazon, that Soundcore speaker? Do you have a Discord for the channel? I do not, Eric. No, I do not. But Jared, that speaker that I have, Health Canada has recalled it for a potential fire hazard. Yeah, it's okay, Jared. Buddy, we all knew Spain was going to beat them. Spain is just a dominant team. I'm just reading this recall here with that speaker, buddy. I should probably fucking throw it out before it sets the dealership on fire. Health Canada has informed us that the product listed may not meet current, mandatory, or voluntary safety standards. The question is, how the hell do I get my money back? Yeah, that's the thing. I should return it, but... fuck it, whatever. I paid 40 bucks. 120 plus 3 minutes, Jared. Let's go Germany, come on now. Fuck. Wouldn't it be crazy if they scored? That would be the wildest shit I would ever hear. Portugal's playing France, I think, at 3 o'clock too, right, Jared? Eric? That's... if France doesn't win that. Oh my god. 30 seconds, so it's over, I think. Yeah, I think so, Eric. It was a good run, buddy. It was a good run. Germany's my team, by the way. I am Canadian, born in Canada, but my nationality is German and Italian. I never root for those Italians. I almost said something I shouldn't have said. I never root for the Italians. They just missed the Germans. It happens, man. You know, it's part of the sport. Anyways, 79 miles from top of drop. Let's go ahead and configure the rest of the aircraft here. We'll open up Navigraph. We'll have a look at our descent here. We are descending now on the AgTag 2 Bravo arrival for runway 20. So we're not landing on the runway 02 approach anymore. It's runway 20. It's a circle to land. It's actually pretty cool. Pretty straightforward landing here. And we're doing this nice circle to land approach. It's pretty cool. I'm excited for it. The winds are 150 at 6. Visibility is 10,000 meters or greater. Scattered clouds at 3,000 feet. Broken clouds at 5,000 feet. Temperature 23. Altimeter 1011. Fantastic. 1011 on the Alti. The QNH. And just to confirm here, we have everything set up in here. Beautiful. Max 230 above 4,500 feet at Malt Key or Mott Key. And we'll go ahead and do our descent checklist here shortly. I'm Belgian with some Italian roots somewhere in the family, but some generations ago, so I don't know anything about it. Me neither, buddy. I just know the Italians are passionate about their soccer. And the only thing Italian that I am is I love the food. I enjoy myself a nice schnitzel here and there, you know. Our reviewer Jared, you could probably tell by his last name, you know, it's from Poland. It's Polish. I got some Europeans in here. I like it. But I don't root for the Italians in anything. I remember in 2006 when Italy won the World Cup. I was 14 at the time, or 13. And we went down to, so in Toronto, we have Little Italy. A couple Little Italies. There's one on College Street, sort of in the downtown area, College and Ossington, I believe. The other one's Dufferin and St. Clair. Holy shit. The amount of people that were out there. Red card Spain, but 2 minutes more than added time. Now it sounds like they're kind of just showing off.
What the hell do we do this for? I push you up, you come back. That attraction, we can't fight that. Oh, keep telling myself that I should let go, but I hold on. And keep telling myself that I should move on, but I don't.
Oh my god, my ears are absolutely killing me. I'm gonna prep myself for the descent here. Beautiful. Match done, Jared. Sorry, buddy. We'll see how they perform in the World Cup in 2 years. But Spain's in. I'm rooting for Spain the whole way now. They're gonna win. Probably Spain and France would be my guess for... Actually, no, they can't... it couldn't be Spain and France because I think they're going to play each other if France wins, right? Excuse me. And then who's playing tomorrow? I believe it's England and Swiss. Who's the second game? Can't remember who the second game was. And I don't think England's going to beat Switzerland. I think Swiss is going to beat that. I think it's like Romania. Let me check. Turkey and Netherlands. Oh, Netherlands should beat that. You're just tuning in, ladies and gents. We are about 40 miles from top of descent. We're descending into Nadi. We're expecting the RNP approach for runway 20. It's a beautiful circle to land approach. Beautiful. Better than capping the ILS, in my opinion. Should be down on the ground probably in about 30 minutes. Even though up here it's already in about 18 minutes, but... England, Swiss, Netherlands, and Turkey. As long as France doesn't win, I'm happy. But, oh, you mean if they win the whole thing? Yeah, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't want France to win either. By the way that they're playing lately, I don't think they're going to win. I don't think... They're going to beat Portugal for sure today. I don't think they're going to beat Spain, though. But Switzerland has a chance to win, right? I mean, let's say they win tomorrow. They beat England. Then they'll play Turkey or Netherlands, which I think it's going to be Netherlands. I think Swiss has the better chance to go to the final. I don't know if they're going to win, but they definitely got a pretty good chance. They played very well against Italy. I was thoroughly impressed. All right, we'll do our descent checklist here. Recall check. Recall check. Notes. Auto brake. Auto brake 2. Set landing data. VREF. Minimums. Let's go ahead and plug that in. Minimums in. Nadi. 320 for runway 20. .320 is plugged in and checked. Beautiful. VREF. Flaps 30 landing. 136. 136. Beautiful. Approach briefing complete. Approach checklist altimeters. We'll click it. Landing data. Beautiful. These are the charts here. Sorry, I have the charts up here. Again, beautiful circle to land approach. Should be fantastic. Should be fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and kill the music. We'll go ahead and turn up some of the sounds here. Holy shit, that's loud. I'll be right back, ladies and gents. I'm going to go get my last drinky poo from upstairs. On today's flight, we are offering Rice Krispie Squares and cups of water. So I'm going to go ahead and refill my beverage. Aircraft will start descending shortly. Stay tuned. Oh, we're in VNAV speed, ladies and gents. What the fuck? I think we want to be in VNAV path. I don't know what happened to VNAV. But we are finally descending. It's like we blew our top of descent. So, oh, I think maybe because I did a calculation for our previous approach that we had set up. So we'll go ahead and we'll whip out some speed brakes here. There you go. Got a 777 setting at about 4,000 feet per minute. That's a little excessive. There we go. We're coming back on the VNAV profile. VNAV should go back in the VNAV path. Hopefully. Never any guarantees when I'm flying, ladies and gents. Never any guarantees. Trans out. Let me just double check here. I think it's 13,000. It's 13,000 here. Beautiful. Go ahead and retract those speed brakes here as we're blowing past our VNAV there. Is there not a descent page? Am I lost here? Oh, here we go. Descent forecast. Trans level, flight level 3, 130. Oh my god. All right. Hopefully the aircraft settles down here. We're getting a little squirrely on this approach already. Love it. Beautiful. VNAV path, that's what we want. Fantastic. Finally descending. Took a minute. Just got back from doing some training. Very nice, Captain Dayton. What kind of training are we doing? And yes, we're finally descending. Hopefully down on the ground within the next 20 minutes or so. After this long 2.5 hour flight. Let me check the altitudes. 1011, 1011. Beautiful. Got some clouds coming up in here now. Should be a nice cloudy descent into Nadi. Some flight training, had to do some tests online. Very nice, Captain Dayton. Are you like becoming a pilot? Or are you a pilot? Hence, I guess the name Captain Dayton, right? Almost there, just working on my commercial. Once I have that, then I'm trying to fly for some PJ's Gulfstream, a contract corporate pilot. Very nice. And where are you doing this? You said you're American and Russian. Is this in the States, or are you doing it in Russia? I have a buddy that he's now flying for Air Canada Jazz. It took a long time in Canada for him to become a commercial pilot. He did a lot of time in Malaysia flying DC-6s, believe it or not. And then after that, he got a job out of Toronto flying corporate jets. He was flying Citations. Can't remember which one, but now he's finally in regional airline stuff. He's doing he's flying CRJs. Air Canada Jazz has some CRJ 900s. So it's a process, man, and it's very expensive. So kudos to you for doing that, brother. Kudos to you. That's my dream job. Being a pilot at 32 years old, obviously I can't make the transition. You know, a father of two, and I have responsibilities and stuff. For me to just get up and leave would be too difficult. Also, too, to get a license here in Canada, it's like, I don't know, 130 grand after everything. Very nice, America, very nice. Well, wish you the best, man. Wish you the best. What does it cost in the United States to be a commercial pilot nowadays? After you get all your type ratings, what does that normally cost? Why is Navigraph still open? Oh my god. There we go. I'm certified in Russia, just need to be certified in America. I see. What did you fly back home? Just commercial licenses are around 55k US. Yeah, man. It's not cheap. Like I said, in Canada, by the time you're all said and done, you're about 150,000 CAD. Right now, there's only one fast track program here in Canada where you can, where you don't have a license, not even your, it's like a private license or whatever. What is it called? PPL. There's a fast track program with Air Canada Jazz right now where, for a low price of $130,000, you can fast track yourself to be a commercial pilot within, I think, 2 years. And they're specifically they're targeting people that don't have flying experience. Really expensive to get your pilot license, man. So probably in the US, that's just commercial license, right? 55k. You're probably wouldn't be any different, I guess, here or there as it is here. Probably about 100 grand at the end of it, close to it. Back home I did some Airbus A320 or 310. Very nice. Like you flew them. Starting to see some land coming up now. My goodness. Yes, and also in the motion sim, very nice. I've been to a motion sim Pretty cool. We have one near the airport. It's a 737 motion sim. It's pretty cool. I don't know of any Airbus motion sims here. Sorry, not a motion sim. I lied. Whoa, 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 whoa. Motion sim is when pilots go for training. I meant like a professional sim, not a motion sim. Yep, landing in sight. Hopefully I don't crash it. Keep in mind my landings were pretty decent, you know, when I did my 21-hour stream. Not too shabby. Vancouver, not too shabby in Sydney. Your first landing was bad. Isn't that always the case, though? Right? You meant like your real-world landing? I'm sure motion sim and the real-world stuff are two different things. You can butter the motion sim, and then as soon as you get to the real aircraft... 13,000 feet coming up. QNH set 1011. 1011 is still present. Beautiful. Yeah. But hey, you know what? Once you get all your ratings and stuff, the jobs are pretty good out there in the States too. I got a buddy that he's a captain for JetBlue, and he was flying I think as an FO in the A320s, and he just got his captaincy for the A220s. And the pay out there is crazy. My first three in the 777 were great. Last one not. Plane nosedived. First approach and second one I slammed into the runway. Oh, buddy, I've been there. I've been there. I've been there. I am rated for 777 and A320. Hey, big boy stuff. 777? So you gotta tell me what I'm doing wrong here. I know I'm doing everything wrong. I always say, so I have a huge disclaimer on the channel. I may fly real world routes, but some of my procedures aren't real world. When I say real world, it's not the procedures. 100% not the procedures. Coming up on 10,000 feet. Go ahead and get our landing lights on. Beautiful. I'm doing pretty good. I appreciate it, Captain Dayton. Aircraft should start pitching up now. I believe we're going to go back down to 259 knots. I'm actually going to spin it back to 210 because I got to be at 200, max 230 by Mach Q. I want to get this aircraft nice and slow. So. Tad fast, yeah. Yeah, man. We'll get her down. Get her down. I'll whip out some flaps soon, and then we'll be good to go. I meant to put 220, not 210. We're not flying a 777 or an Airbus. About 900 feet above our VNAV here, so we'll be back on the profile. Just whipping out some speed brakes here. Welcome to Fiji, ladies and gents. Nice little remote island. I love it. I love flying these bigger aircrafts into these smaller islands. The PMDG 777 is close to real life. Some things are off. I mean, gotta kind of expect that from PMDG, right? Other than flight physics, I think a lot of the developers do a pretty damn good job with developing aircraft. You know, Phoenix is one of them, right? Obviously you cannot duplicate flight physics, right? But when it comes to systems and things like that, I mean, I'm happy. Guess we'll keep the speed brakes out. It is, I know, it is. I just recently heard PMDG took their 777 off for P3D. They're no longer selling them. I guess it wasn't a hot commodity over there. Pretty cloudy today in Nadi. Pretty cloudy. Still descending. I'm gonna go ahead and wean this back down. .500 feet. We should start an ANZ, Air New Zealand, Flight 28 from Auckland to Houston. That's, what is that, a 14-hour flight? 12-hour flight? Go ahead and whip up the flaps here. Get the aircraft down to 200. 14 hour and 30 minutes. Well, that's like the Vancouver flight that I did. Vancouver over to Sydney. Go ahead and arm those speed brakes. White livery though. I believe we have another speed restriction coming up at Foxtrot November 581. We got to be 160 knots. 160 knots. We got to be max 230 at Modkey. It's a bigger aircraft. I like to get it nice and slow. Okay, I'm not a profesh here. I like to get it nice and slow. Flaps 5. I get the speed down to 180. I would cheat and use the sim rate. Sim rate, that thing is clutch, I'm telling you. That is clutch, let me tell you. Airport is right over here, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Let's go ahead, gear down. Exactly, if you don't want to wait, it's phenomenal. Flaps 15, speed 160. Honestly, I didn't even know about the sim rate thing until somebody on YouTube, I think, did a flight in the 777 with sim rate. Just enough so I can land before it's way too late into the night. Eric, another couple minutes here, and hopefully I won't mess this up and ruin your whole night. I hope I don't do that. But we are looking fantastic, ladies and gents.
2500.
2500, check. Foxtrot, where do I gotta be? Foxtrot, November 581, max 160 on the speed. We are looking good. We are looking fabulous. Got the airport right out there. I mean, myself, if I start a 14-hour flight, oh, I see. I see. 14-hour flights are fun, man. I don't know. They're pretty fun. Can't even complain. VAP, was it 136 plus 5? We're gonna go 141. Let's go ahead. Flaps 20. Get the rest of the lights on. Flaps 25, and we're gonna go 141 on the speed. VG looks good in the sim, buddy. It's very green. Flaps 30. Speed brakes are armed. Yeah, man, Fiji, I'm telling you, there's just places that you can just go to in the sim that, you know, I could never afford to go here. I could just fly it in the sim, you know. It's the whole plan of Microsoft Flight Sim. All right, ladies and gents. I think I'm gonna attempt to fly the aircraft. Enjoy the arrival. Just gonna follow flight directors all the way down, ladies and gents. Gear down 3 green, flaps 30 indicated, auto brake set to 2.
Terrain, pull up.
Ah, don't worry about that.
Terrain, pull up. Terrain, pull up.
You can see the runway. I don't know what's going on with my flight directors. What is going on with my flight directors? There we go.
500.
Checked.
Approaching minimums.
I can feel the wind. The wind's shifting. Those Microsoft Flight Sim winds.
Minimums.
Continue. All those winds are going to kill me on this approach.
$100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Just flare it, just flare it, just flare it. Bam. Reverse coming out. We're going to go idle reverse. We're going to go all the way to the end. Not bad. I'm minus 176. Ladies and gents, we're going all the way to the end. All the way to the end. 70 knots stowed. Auto brake coming off. Beautiful. We're going to go ahead manual braking. Let's get you back upstairs here. Not too bad. Captain Dayton says, amen, real world I did 274 in the 777. Yeah, but real world 274, that's a butter. Right? Aircraft typically, I think, land like 200-300 feet per minute. It's like super butter. Nice approach, man. Hey, Ivan, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Eric, nice landing. Thank you. Jared, smooth landing. Guys, appreciate y'all. I'm telling you. Appreciate y'all. We're going to go all the way to the end here. We're going to spin around. We'll do things proper. I'm telling you, those Microsoft Flight Sim wins. They just, They kick your ass sometimes, you know. Captain Canada always uses the term. They like to push his pineapples. I'm gonna go ahead and go clean up everything. Flaps are coming up. Speed brakes stowed. And let's go ahead and spin her right around. Beautiful. Let me open up my charts here. Let me see, where the hell am I going? International departure concourse, we want, I think, gate 7. Call up GSX. Gate 7. APU coming on. Can't wait for the freighter version. I love flying freight. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy, I cannot wait. DHL ops. Cannot wait for the freighter. Cannot wait. Ladies and gents, I don't think I'm going to be doing a return leg. It's 3:15. My kids will be home sooner than expected. So, tomorrow we are doing a flight. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Auckland to Melbourne, I believe, is the route that we're going to do. I'll see. I'll mix it up. Initially, I wanted to do a return leg. I'm not going to be able to do it, so maybe I'll pick a different route. But we are streaming tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I apologize if it's a little too late. Unable to stream in the afternoon tomorrow. So, but Sunday, we are doing another live stream starting at 12 p.m. We're doing a long haul. I might start it a bit earlier, but we're aiming for around 12 p.m. Departure time, hopefully around 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. We're going to China. We're going Hong Kong specifically, not China. Hong Kong. And we're going to be doing a long haul. Excited for that. Quite the long taxi here, as we maintain 16 knots here on the speed. Beautiful airport too, ladies and gents. Performance is not too bad. I'm getting about 43 FPS. A little bit of stutters though when I touch down. When the wheels touch down, I started getting some stutter. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if that's the aircraft or the simulator. I have nothing in my community folder except these two airports and this aircraft. Catch you later, brother. Wish me luck on the tests that I have to go, buddy. Wish you all the best. Thank you for coming out. Have a wonderful weekend, Captain Dayton. I believe I've seen you in a couple other streams as well. If I do, I'll make sure to shout you out. But thank you for coming out. Greatly appreciate it, and good luck. All the best. Get that commercial type rating. Got to get you back up in the skies where you belong. And thank you very much for landing. If you fly the E-Jets again, you should look into Fuji Dream Airlines for a future flight. Okay. I'll consider that. I was looking at some E-Jet flights before out here. I don't know if there's some scenery, though, for the flights that were... for the routes, I believe, that were commenced. Don't forget, ladies and gents, if you enjoyed that landing, smash that thumbs up button. I would greatly appreciate that. It would help the channel out a lot. Hit that sub button if you have not. Plenty of more live streams coming out. I don't know if I'm completely done. Somebody had asked me if I was done posting videos. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I'm done. But, as of right now, it's just strictly live streams. That's the plan. Why that didn't retract. There's the beautiful Nadi International. Home to Fiji Airways. Fiji Airways operates... do they operate ATRs out of here? I'm not too sure. I know they operate A350s. Justin Mercer, Hi Flight Sim Gaming. How long will this flight take? This flight was about 2.5 hours long. We actually just arrived in Fiji. If you want to roll back the clip here, the video, you can. If you want to check out the landings and the takeoffs. But, yeah, we're taxiing to the gate right now, as a matter of fact, and then we'll start our deboarding process, and then we are gonna end the stream there. Go ahead and kill some stuff here. And I believe gate 8 is directly in front of us. Not a long taxi. If you guys don't have the scenery, I highly suggest it. Any builds Nadi. It's what you expect from any builds, and the performance is great. I know there's not a lot of stuff going on. It's a smaller airport, but for any builds, you know, 40 FPS. Not too shabby in my books. Taxi light coming off. Can't really see the markings there, but we'll just watch his hand gestures. I feel like we're going to crash into the terminal. Let's go ahead and park it there. How did we do? Not too bad, ladies and gents. Coming, not coming upstairs. Coming down here. Let's kill both engines. Beacon light can come off. Fuel pumps are coming off. Let's go ahead and kind of shut down some of the stuff here that we normally would. Go over to GSX and let's request deboarding.
Deboarding requested.
I don't think she's too happy with, was that a she or a he? I think that's a she. I don't think she's too happy with my taxing there. But oh well. We'll go ahead and set the chocks. And management, door management, aft cargo. Let's go ahead and open up these. And we'll disarm entry 2 left, and we'll open it up. There we have it, ladies and gents. Made it down to beautiful Fiji. Eric, thanks for the stream. I'm going to do my approach in the sim now. Eric, thank you for coming out. Best of luck to you. Get that butter. Have a wonderful weekend. There we have it, ladies and gents. That concludes the live stream today. I hope you all enjoyed that. That was a great live stream. Fortunately, this is the first bit of 777 content we're putting out on the channel. My previous 21-hour stream didn't make it to the channel. It didn't make the cut, unfortunately. So, apologize for that. That would have been a pretty good banger for those who missed it, as it was a 21-hour live stream. But anyway, ladies and gents, I'll catch y'all on the next live stream. I'm going live tomorrow evening, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The initial route is Auckland to Melbourne. We'll see what happens. Enjoy the rest of your day, ladies and gents. All the best. Peace.